Okay, guys, I know I'm a little late to talking about this game, but I had some things I wanted to do first, and videos to upload before this, and I also wasn't gonna make like a video just talking about my mere thoughts on it, because I actually have speculations and ideas of what the game's gonna be like, so that's why I'm doing this a few weeks later. I just had to really entitle that E3 trailer. So yeah, that's why this video took so long. So, Square finally revealed their Avengers project to the world, and everybody went mixed. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today, we're talking about my speculations and theories about what's going to be happening in this game, primarily story wise, but I'm also going to go a bit gameplay wise. So, sit back and enjoy. Okay, so before we get into much bigger things to talk about in our speculation section, I think we can already confirm that, at least on the PlayStation 4 version, Spider-Man is going to be involved in some way. They kind of already gave it away by saying there's going to be some exclusive PlayStation stuff. So unless that means Kratos is going to become an Avenger, I don't know what they're going to do about that. So yeah, let's go into the full speculation time. Let's watch. Okay, so here we go into the predicting. Let's start with a few things. Let's go into possible heroes who will probably be added into the game eventually. So as we saw, we have our 5 main Avengers: Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain America, well, it's Black Widow. Yeah, also her. I forgot her. So that's pretty much our base roster from like the first movie, besides Hawkeye. But I'm sure he'll be added eventually. If not playable, I'm sure he'll be in the game in some way. But at the end of the E3 conference, we did get to see that Hank Pym is going to be in the game. So other Marvel characters, like I think, are going to appear. Like off the top of my head, include Black Panther, he'll definitely appear. I can guarantee that. Captain Marvel, she's kind of like one of the bigger new female ones. Yeah, I can see her. Wasp, I mean, Hank Pym's already in the game, so if the Wasp's not here, that would be weird. Vision, he's a pretty popular character, you know. And of course Falcon, because Falcon. Okay, I would go into a villain section, but the biggest problem here is villains are a lot harder to decide. Like, we already know that Taskmaster, Abomination, and... Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say maybe the Adaptoid, because if you look back at the trailer, Black Widow is kind of fighting a machine that looks like the Adaptoid, so maybe AIM has something to do with the story. Who knows? I mean, it's possible. But I don't think the Taskmaster is going to be like in the whole 5-year thing. I think that was just kind of like his own attack on his own volition. And Abomination is obviously working for someone, because let's face it, he's not the mastermind of the game. So that'd be cool. I've got a few candidates, but none are likely. Like, I don't think Thanos or Loki are gonna be in the game. Thanos, Loki, Ultron. I think all their time as, like, big villains in terms of Marvel stuff is gonna be up, at least in terms of things that aren't related to the MCU. If it's not related, like, say, this game, because we know it's not related, I don't think they're going to be involved. I think we're going to get an Earth villain, because I think Crystal Dynamics wants to focus this more on our planet specifically. So a few villains I could think of off the top of my head, I guess. Maybe Zemo, I guess. He's cool. He's been a leader before. I mean, maybe they'll go the like Asgard route and maybe have Enchantress in a major role. Maybe not like the main villain, but I still think she'll appear in some way. Another one I think could totally appear, maybe the Red Skull. I guess he could do it. MODOK's another one I think we'll probably see in some form, because MODOK's just like a character everyone loves to see used. Yeah, and villains are hard to think of because there's so many of them, but not a lot of them are popular enough or have enough to work with. Maybe the Crimson Dynamo can be seen, Whiplash, Mandarin could be the main villain, for all I know. I swear, if I predict that, I'm gonna be so happy. Sure, let's say Mandarin's the main villain, as a joke for right now. And also the big monster thing coming out, at the end of the trailer, I'm not sure what that could be. That could be literally anything. It looked a little purplish, but to be fair, that could be how it's, lighted, and also, we don't know how far the game's finished, so that could be a technical error later fixed. There's a lot of that, so I'm not gonna say that's anything. Okay, also, before we're done, I do want to, however, talk a bit about how the game may play and maybe, like, what could be done. Because I obviously didn't go to E3 and I didn't see, like, the gameplay thing, however, people have massively said what it's like with Iron Man, Cap, Thor, Hulk, and Black Widow, so I don't really need to go into too far of detail for that. However, I guess I can go into detail for some of the characters I'm assuming probably would be in the game. Captain Marvel would probably control the same as Iron Man. Black Panther would probably be a more athletic Black Widow. Wasp could be an interesting one because she actually can shrink like as she's flying and has the stinger. So she'd be similar to Iron Man in some ways. Along with that, Falcon maybe need to defend it on height with wings. Stuff like that. Along with that, I think there will also be unlockable costumes because Spider-Man PS4 and like the Batman Arkham games do super well with unlockable superhero costumes. So if they don't do that, that's actually gonna be really bad, and no one wants that. I guess some picks, just as like an overall theme. I guess maybe like obviously like classic looking costumes, MCU costumes are already another given. Maybe the Ultimate Universe. Maybe they could do the Grey Hulk or Frog Thor or Cap Wolf. No, actually, I'd pay good money to be able to play as Cap Wolf the whole time. Except Cap kind of dies, but whatever. Along with that, some open world stuff has been said to be in the game, and I have a few ways they could totally go about doing like stuff for the open world, like when you're playing through it. One idea, I guess, maybe obviously like random crimes. That's something that most superhero games do nowadays. That's fine. It makes sense. Another idea though, you could do like side missions like with Spider-Man PS4, though I think this time all of them, not just a few, should center around villains. Not like two major ones. Maybe like smaller ones like the Wrecking Crew, Gremlin, my boy Whirlwind, of course. He's my favorite, so I want to see him. That kind of stuff. I guess collectibles is a weird one. I don't think there is. Maybe they could do like races across certain areas, like you're good with flight or Hulk's jump, or maybe the acrobatic of like Widow or Panther or Hawkeye. Something like that. I think could be nice. On top of that, there's not really much you could do with collecting things. Maybe discs like in the Ultimate Alliance games, like simulator kind of stuff that give you like arena challenges to do, or maybe also there's also supposed to be like skill tree stuff, so maybe like experience from doing said things, or maybe you could find, I don't know, Norris stones from Asgard, and we can get like a Loki DLC where he comes and invades with a whole Asgardian army. That'd be cool. Just saying. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and tell me what you think of the Avengers project. I know it's gotten a controversy right now, but I hope for the best of it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.